Hey everybody, Shady C here, and you can find my show on Spreaker Radio. Just look up the Shady C Experience. Now time for my shoot. Before I go on, you can also find me on www.blogtalkradio.com/wrestling+1. Now for my rant. I've listened to the Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle show twice, where they stick up for CM Punk. Where they stick up for WWE. And I listened to Breakfast with Blassie and this week's Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle show. Both times. And what Don Tony does is he does that little immature, childish thing where he'll say, "Oh, I'm a big CM Punk fan." That would be like if your wife made you this horrible dinner, and every dinner she makes for you is horrible, disgusting. You say, "Honey, I really like your cooking, but you can't cook for shit." That's what he does. He'll sit there and go, "Oh, well, I really like CM Punk." And then every other sentence, he bashes CM Punk and sticks up for the WWE. Go listen to that Breakfast with Blassie. I dare you. I dare you. Go listen to it. He'll sit there and he'll play some audio. And then he'll go, "Well, I like Punk, but blah, 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 blah," on WWE side. And what's funny is if you edit out the few times he mentions, "Well, I understand why Punk left. I understand." Edit the few mentions out and save those for the end. And you just heard all the bashing of Punk and all the pro-WWE shit he says. And then at the end you heard, "Well, I understand why Punk left." You'd be like, Where? Where did that come from? Everything he said was pro-WWE. And then he's like, well, Triple H called him to talk to him. And he said, I'll call you after my wedding? That's terrible. The man was getting fucking married. I hope to God nobody ever drops bad news on you during your wedding. I hope to fucking God, Don Tony. Come on. When he says, "Talk to me after my wedding," and then you're like, "Well, he called him, he texted him to fire him, and then maybe after that, we can work on it." We're not talking about Barry fucking Horowitz, or the Brooklyn Brawler, or the Gobbledygooker. We're talking about the man, I'm sorry, he's the best right the WWE has going on. Yes, you can say Roman Reigns can't wrestle for shit. You could say Dean Ambrose can wrestle. You can say Bray Wyatt can wrestle. But can any of them lace up Punk's boots? Hell fucking no. And Vince needs all the good that they can get. Look at the Summer of Punk. Look at the role he was on before Triple H derailed that. Look at that. Punk was the best on the mic and the best in the ring. What would have happened? Go with me on this. If if Punk would have said, "Talk to me after the wedding. After I get back from my honeymoon, talk to me." And then after the wedding, after the honeymoon, Triple H would have called him like a man and said, "Hey, here's the differences we need to work on." I'm sure Punk would have been more than willing. Punk mentioned he'd be willing to go back. He said, "They sure as hell called me when my arm was fucking just after the surgery." They could have called him back after, like adults. Like I said, the problem is, Punk is a top-tier talent, though Triple H never looked at him as a top-tier talent. Fact. He was outselling Cena in merch. Nobody outsells fuckboy buckethead John Cena. And yes, I can't stand John Cena. Anyone who knows my videos or knows my show knows that about me. I can't stand the fucking PG fucking cock-knocking clown. He's a piece of shit. Punk was the greatest thing. Punk had that little bit of attitude in an era that sorely needs some attitude. And for all you fuckers who are going to view this video and go, but the PG era it's so good. It's so good. Let's look at the ratings. The highest rated segment in Raw history. I'm just derailing for a minute. I'm going to get back to Don Tony in a minute. The highest rated segment on Raw was the Foley Rock This Is Your Life. I believe they said drew in the 9s. In comparison, right now, WWE draws in the low 3s. Low 3s, very rarely, once in a while, they'll jump up into the 4s for a brief second. And oh my God, Triple H must have a hard-on when that happens. We're in the 4s? We're in the 4s? And then next week it goes right back down. They don't know how to carry momentum. They have issues when it comes to carrying momentum. It's true, whether or not you believe me. Back to Don Tony now. And he does that shit. And he knocks the fuck out of Discover America now. Notice, a month before Impact made the announcement, or TNA made the announcement they were going to Discover America, Don Tony never said shit about them. Now the TNA makes this announcement, well, they're going to go to business before TNA's contract even runs out. Yeah, they're going to do that. And then, please, next time you talk about Jinder Mahal, don't say Jinder Mahal. You sound like a cheap Andrew Dice Clay. I don't know what it is about the New York accent. It's like nails on a chalkboard. When he says it that way, yeah. He's one of those Italians. I call them pasta Italians. Like, they speak regular English all the time. But when they're talking about pasta, all of a sudden they become Italian. Like, they'll be like, yeah, I'm going to go to the store, going to get a metacard, with a cotta cheese. I hate when they do that. They fucking do that. I'm Swedish. I don't do that. I don't go, yes, I'm going to get me some Swedish meatballs. I don't do that because I'm normal. Fucking New York Italians are like, the most annoying fucks in this world. And what's worse are these fuck boys. I'm telling you, Don Tony and Kevin Castle to a lesser extent, because he seemed like he was agreeing with Don Tony just to agree. Don Tony's like, yeah, man, he should have talked to Triple H. Who cares about the wedding? I don't care about the wedding. And Don Tony's like, yeah, he should have talked to him. Don Tony, I think, disagrees with, Kevin Castle, I think, disagrees with Don Tony more than he lets on. The only thing on the last show he said that I was really like, wow, he's standing up, was about the Charlotte thing. And then Don Tony changed, yeah, I liked her in-ring work too. It's fucking annoying and pathetic. I had to stop listening. If you want to know where I stopped listening, it's right at the part where Don Tony's like, yeah, he should have picked up the phone for her, for Triple H. Who cares? His wedding was coming up. He's probably a lot of things going on, a lot of planning. But who cares? It's a Triple H. We need to worship at his shiny cock and rub his balls. Well, right now, Triple H has a lot of power in WWE. He had no power during the Attitude Era. Well, let's see how good the Attitude Era did. And how good wrestling's doing now. Now, before I end this video, I know some of you fucks are going to sit there and insult my looks. Go ahead. I'm not a good-looking guy. I know that. But the difference is, on this case, I'm right. And you're wrong. See, and you know you're wrong. That's why you will never be able to attack the substance of my argument. Yeah, you won't. But anyways, this is Shady C. As always, peace.